work generally with children, and about 75% of our work is focused on girls, because in communities where there are issues of poverty, grappling with poverty, marginalization, and low-income communities generally, their cultures, their social realities that affect the communities, and most of the time those at the receiving end are girls, because we're in a patriarchal society. So girls fall victim to child marriages, they fall victims to a lack of education. Some are dropped out of school to be married off, or when the family situation becomes worse, girls are usually the sacrificial cows. So we've been working in Makoko since 2014. So this is our 10th year working here. And Makoko is not just the community, the largest informal community in West Africa, not just Nigeria, but there are all sorts of social issues, socio-economic issues, social issues, cultural issues that the people here are grappling with. When you have a community that is impoverished, most of the time they're also dealing with patriarchy, they're also dealing with retrogressive cultures. And so we have issues of high levels of out-of-school girls, or pregnant teenagers, or teenage mothers. And so we focus a lot of attention on education and skills empowerment, but prominently education, because an educated girl is just a bundle of possibilities. An educated girl transforms not just our immediate families, not just our immediate environment, they have the potential to transform the entire society. Right from the beginning, we focus a lot more on education. We've done skills empowerment, we've done mentorship, but education is a major tool we work with here. And this particular program, it's not just education, but ensuring that they're equipped with computer skills, with the needed technological know-how, the needed ICT skills, because we are in a world where ICT is the one, the main factor that has taken the lead all over the world. And so when they have ICT tools, they can go places. There is no limit to what they can do, and nobody is going to question their background. Once you have what it takes, once you have the talent, once you have the technological know-how, of course you can stand anywhere in the world. You can sit with kings and queens. This month is International Women's Month, so we're focusing on empowering women and girls, and that's why we're launching this program, Girls Take Tech. When you are looking for someone whose life is a personification of the power of girl education, just look at me. And I told them if I were not educated, probably I would have been in Benue with 8 children, selling akara by the roadside and screaming and shouting and running up and down. But I'm here. I'm not just an asset to my family or to my environment. I'm a societal asset, and I'm moving across Lagos and different parts of the country, impacting life and positively. Now, one of the major driving force, the major factor beyond this is the fact that I got an education. I got quality education in Nigeria, beyond Nigeria, and I'm now paying it forward by ensuring that girls from low-income communities like I came from, and I told them that I started school at the age of 9. Many people can't believe it. Here, when you talk about education, girl education, it's not a luxury in Western Nigeria. But in my place, when I grew up in the 80s, most girls were still not allowed to go to school. And then my mother in particular wasn't allowed to go to school. She wanted to go to school, but she was told, you are a girl, and a girl should not burden herself with the stress of going to school. You should just marry, have children, and just be happy. And then, of course, there were cultural impediments that says a woman cannot have that kind of empowerment. A woman should just marry and be helpful around the house. And so my mother ensured that all her 7 children got quality education before she died about 2 years ago. And she was happy she did. And it's one of the things I'm also happy about, and I want to pay it forward for as many as possible. Girls STEM education is a major program that we are happy about. We are very, very proud of, with the support of our partner Yellow Rose. And so we're happy that we're doing this, and we're hoping that we'll take this beyond Lagos to Abuja and other parts of the country, targeting girls from low-income communities. When you have girls from middle-income communities, of course they go to elite schools, and then they are computer literate, they have access to computer and computer skills and all kinds of things. But majority, a vast majority of girls from low-income communities do not have that kind of luxury. They do not have that kind of access. And so we are trying our best to take computer access to them, not just basic computer skills, but learning about artificial intelligence, about coding, and also other aspects of science, technology, and mathematics, because those are the things that are driving our modern world. And we want our girls to have that kind of access, as it will help to really facilitate their growth in the world.
Follow your passion. What is it that you love to do? There's an expression, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, because you love what you're doing, right? Do what you love and what happens? You never work a day in your life. Follow your passion, it will lead to your purpose. And once you are in alignment with the divine purpose, things flow. There may be a hiccup along the way, but essentially you keep getting reinforcement that you're on the right path. Okay?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm here to ask the question, if you want to become this in life, without passing through graduation, without but there are some points in life that some people get educated and still they are not contented with education. Why?
The meaning of the word educate comes from the Latin educare, which means to draw forth that which is already within you. Okay? Shall you get me? Educate, educare, to draw out what you already have. You have certain God-given gifts and abilities, and education helps you to refine those abilities. Now, just because you go through the motions of going to school and taking a test does not mean that you're educated. You may have certificates and so on, but what have you learned? What have you mastered? What is it that you can offer that is unique to the world? So some people are not satisfied because what? They haven't discovered their passion. They don't know what their divine purpose is. Even though they may have papers that say, I graduated from Unilag, or I went to Ibanadian, or I'm at OAU now. What's most important is to find, to search for your passion, which will lead you to your purpose. The other thing that I teach young people is to ask for two things: clarity and discernment. C and D. Clarity, ask for clarity in your life. What decision should I make? Ask for discernment so that when you come to that decision point, right, you have a sense that I should go left instead of right. Because this is very important for the girl child. The quality of the decisions that you make largely determine the quality of your life. I have a very close family member who the very first time she had intercourse got pregnant. And that meant she had to postpone completing her secondary school education. She had to postpone going on to university. She took a detour, a very long detour, because of a very unwise decision that she made. Be very focused, be very clear about your purpose. Keep an open mind and pursue the opportunities that are put before you. When preparation meets opportunity, they inevitably produce success. And success, as you know, I already told you, is the progressive realization of a worthwhile goal. Thank you. God bless.
morning, girls. How are you today? I hope you are all doing well. First of all, let me start by saying Happy International Women's Day. The theme for this year is Inspire Inclusion, and I'm going to be speaking about how we can inspire inclusion for girls into STEM subjects and professions. So, Inspire Inclusion is a theme for the 2024 International Women's Day. What does that mean to inspire inclusion, and why is it important? The first thing I'd like to say is research has been done to show that organizations and communities that harness the diversity of the people within them are more competitive and have better results. That is, when you have a mix of different types of people and use their skills and talents, then the company or the community delivers more value. So it is important to inspire inclusion to make sure that different kinds of people can access STEM. And as I'm talking, I know this, I'm talking to a group of young girls, right? STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and maths, subjects and professions, are open to all kinds of people. So today, International Women's Day 2024, I want to say, along the theme of Inspire Inclusion, to count yourself in and think yourself worthy of taking up a STEM career. What can you do, right, to access these opportunities? The first thing I will say is, I know and statistics show that we still have more men in STEM, particularly in technology, engineering and maths areas, than women. This can be scary. This can be discouraging. But I want to encourage you to be curious. Rather than think about the barriers of, oh, there are too many people not like me, I want to encourage you to show curiosity, to understand what are the different professions in STEM, in technology, in engineering, maths, and how does that excite me? How does that align with what I want? Also, by showing curiosity, you get more information about what the job actually is, rather than listen to myths and legends that other people have told you. For instance, some people think that being a mechanical engineer means that you will be a mechanic. Not true, right? I work with many mechanical engineers who do fantastic jobs creating the biggest plants, looking after lots of either static mechanical equipment like piping or rotating mechanical equipment like compressors and gas turbines, etc. So if you study mechanical engineering, you will not necessarily end up being a mechanic, and if you study electrical engineering, you will not necessarily end up being an electrician. Many electrical engineers go on to work on renewable power plants, they go on to work in power stations, they go on to work in all kinds of industries. Because guess what? All industries use electricity in some form, and someone has to generate it, maintain the equipment, etc., etc. So hopefully that's giving you a flavor. So show curiosity. Don't just believe in what people say about certain jobs. Go and find out. Ask people. Use the internet. Pay attention to the information that's out there. The second thing I would say is take every opportunity to find out more. Take these opportunities to learn more about, these subjects. Ask for help. If you're interested in something and it's not available, ask for help to see if you can access it. Because I'm sure that Betty and the people working in Cee-Hope have networks that can maybe connect you to more people who can help you get more information. And the final thing around this topic of Inspire Inclusion is don't be afraid, right? It is easy to be afraid and give up. When you look in the STEM profession, yes, it's still mostly men. And you might be worried about how will I be in that space? How can I even compete in that space? I want to tell you that you have everything it takes. If a career in STEM is something that inspires you, if it's something that you find interesting, I want to encourage you and tell you that you have everything it takes to be successful. As long as you put in your best effort, you ask for help when you need it, and you really apply yourself, I guarantee you that you can do a great job. So I'm going to finish with this to say, remember, it's all our job to inspire inclusion, right? Count yourself in. Think of yourself as a girl in STEM. If I become successful, then I can inspire more girls and more women to take up STEM careers. Once again, happy International Day. I hope the rest of your day goes great. I hope you have great fun. And remember to always inspire inclusion. Thank you.
I'm sure most of us know what computer is. It's nothing new to us. Do we know how computer would work? Yes, we do. All right. Do we know, how many of you guys know about programming here? Have you heard about programming or coding? A few hands. Okay. It is very sad because the great-great-grandmother of programming and coding, the reason why you have your computer working for you is because of somebody did some programming behind the scene. And the great-great-grandmother, the matriarch of coding, the founder of programming is actually a woman.
Or gender for that matter.
So I expect that all of you here before the end of the year should put it on your to-do list. You have to know how to program before December. I want you to make that promise to me. Just wave your hand, you know you want to make that promise. It's very easy, because if the great-grandmother of computer is a woman, her name is very lovely name, Ada Lovelace. She's not Nigerian, she's British, but she knows by the name Ada, Augusta Ada King. But they call her Ada Lovelace because she was the Countess of Lovelace. We can't go far as a nation because our mommy here said something earlier on about literacy level. In USA, for example, the literacy level in USA, male to female is 99%. There's no disparity. 99% men in US are literate. 99% literacy for women is 99%. You understand? So there's no parity. But in Nigeria or any other developing or underdeveloped country, the disparity between the literacy level for female to male is always large. Nigeria, for example, for male or for men is 71%. Guess what it is for female? 25. Well, it's still better than that. We've been improving actually for the past 5 years. It's actually 51. That's almost 20% in disparity, the gap between male and female. And the simple truth is this: we cannot develop as a country if we don't empower the girls. It's not possible. If you check advanced countries, the literacy level for women are always very high, 90%, 97%, and the rest. But if you look at underdeveloped or developing countries, it's always below 50, 51, 30, 20, and like that. So we need, so most of what Cee-Hope is doing and any other person is coming to do to educate girls' child is a big service to Nigeria and Africa. That's the reason why I'm here. I just got to know about it this morning, and I was like, no, since it's Cee-Hope and it's about girls, I have to be here. So let's give a round of applause. What is basically the sequence, the composition of sequence of data or instructions stringed together to solve a problem. Favorite meal, my favorite meal is egusi soup. If I was to bring melon, pepper, onion, water, palm oil, Maggi to cook egusi soup, there are certain ways in which you have to put the egusi soup in the pot. I don't pour Maggi inside pot first before water. Is it possible like that? So there are certain steps you have to take to be able to actualize or get an egusi soup that will be sweet for me and to eat, right?
Yes, sir.
The same thing with coding. It's just about strings of instruction. So I need you to, whenever they call for anything computer science, please, let's be involved. Because at the end of the year, I'm most likely be coming back to not many of us have actually learned programming and what you've done with programming. God bless you all. Thank you.
My name is Barbara. I've learned a lot about you for over 8 years now. But last 2 years, I learned makeup for 6 months. Cee-Hope have really tried. They have been trying for our community, everybody in our hood. So they have did a lot to us.
My name is Elizabeth Aaron. I joined Cee-Hope last year, December, on the 19th of December. So since when I've been with Cee-Hope, I've learned a lot. I learned being yourself through education. When you want to become great in life, you have to go through something that when you pass through it, you feel it in yourself that yes, I passed through this thing. So you have to have the courage that okay, this is what I want to do in life. I learned computer from her, how to type, how to know the base key on the keyboard, and how to print. I also learned a lot from them.